Do you know that there are basically four tissues in the mammalian body? All the tissues in the mammalian body are usually of four types. Okay, before I talk about that, welcome to today's lessons, or today's enlightenment. I'm the Analogous by name. So what we do in this channel is to break down science-related topics, talk about issues concerning public health, and chemistry, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, quickly, as I said, do you know that there are four types of tissues in the mammalian body? Four types of tissues in the mammalian body. So all the tissues in your body are grouped into four types. All right. What is a tissue first? At first, a tissue is a group of cells performing similar functions. A group of similar cells in aggregate performing similar functions. What is a cell, you can Google that or check it out. The cell is the basic structural unit of every living part of your body. So almost all parts of your cells almost all part of your body contains cells, living or dead. Okay. Now, first, the tissues of our body, this group of cells, are usually of four types, as I said. Now, first, we have what we call epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues, I will explain quickly, are tissues that covers the surface of organs. They are used to line the surface of organs, line the surface of cavities. They are tissues that also modify into gland. Okay, those epithelial tissues that modify into gland are called glandular epithelial tissues. The mammalian gland, the thyroid gland, and so on and so forth. So they are tissues that are in the surface, that are on the surface of what's called of organs. They protect, also provide protection for the organs by forming a layer on organs. Do you get? So those type of tissues are said to be epithelial tissues. There are many types of epithelial tissues. The skin is an epithelial tissue. Glands are epithelial tissue. They provide structural protection for this tissue. Okay, lining of cavity, the mesenteric lining of the stomach is also an epithelial tissue, and so on and so forth. Now, the next type of tissue is connective tissue. Please, if you're writing any major exam that has this kind of concept, I would like you to really pay attention to this. Now, what is a connective tissue? Now, a connective tissue is actually a tissue that can bind organs together. So there are tissues that bind organs together. They also provide support. You can provide support and bind organs together. In most cases, or in some cases, the connective tissue are just found beneath the epithelial tissues. Connective tissue and special tissues found usually beneath the epithelial tissues. The connective tissues include the blood, okay? It includes cartilage, it includes bones, it includes adipose tissues. Now somebody will be asking me, how do blood connect delicate organs, or how do blood connect organs? How do blood connect structures in the body? Okay, or how do blood bind tissues in the body? Because we said connective tissues are tissues that bind delicate parts or organs, or they bind tissues together in an organ. Do you get? Okay, how is blood binding? Okay, the blood is usually, now first of all, connective tissue are usually of three types. We have the dense connective tissue, loose connective tissue, and the fluid connective tissue. Now, the dense connective tissue are the ones made up of bones and cartilage. They are very, very dense. They provide support. Do you get? So connective tissue provides support. They bind organs together. So they provide support. Now, the blood is a fluid connective tissue. What do? They help to connect two organs by usually transporting oxygen and materials between these two organs. For instance, now the blood can transport materials between two organs. Do you get? So if a fluid can be produced in one organ and it can be transmitted to another organ by the blood, okay, that's why the blood is a connective tissue. Also, the limbs are connective tissue. Then the adipose tissue are usually loose connective tissues that bind structures together. These are the fatty tissues of our body. They are just found beneath the skin. Beneath the dermis. Do you get? So those are connective tissues. Please take note too. I've seen this in the post-system exam. Tissues that bind structures together or bind organs together are said to be connective tissues. Okay. Now the next type of tissue I'm talking about is nervous tissues. Okay, What's a nervous tissue? A nervous tissue is a tissue that helps to transmit information. So there are tissues that help to transmit information. They are said to be made up of neurons. You get, so neurons or nerve cells, they transmit information usually by electrical and chemical means in the body. Those are nervous tissue. And the last type of tissue is the muscular tissue. These are tissue that that allow for movement. They enable organs, or they enable the mammalian body to move. You get, there are tissues that enable the mammalian body to move. So the muscle tissues are okay, and these tissues are contractible. Yes, they can contract. They have cells that can contract. They have cells that can expand and relax. You get, they are contractible. They are contractible tissues. Those tissues are the muscle tissues, the muscular tissues. So our muscles is a typical muscle. There are various types of muscles in the mammalian body. So many types. Yes. So these are the types of tissues we have. I know this was impactful to you. Until the next video, bye.